I decided to take my reading from chapter 5 of the book that I am working on. I plan to publish this book next year when I would have lived 20 years battling MS. Chapter 5. In April of my first year of A-levels, I was in a good place. I was settled into school, my first time in a co-educational setting, and from the onset, I made friends. I am generally a reserved, quiet person, so making new friends was not easy. I sat in the middle of my new deskmates and new friends, both boys. They added a color to my world, and I was constantly laughing. I also had a boyfriend, but my parents were having a hard time accepting that, so we mainly had telephone conversations. Or I would tag along with my brother and be allowed to meet him on a Saturday at High RPM, a popular club at the time. I can remember how I felt in those days. I was actually happy, living an uncomplicated life and making the most out of my opportunities. I was having adventures that a normal 18-year-old should. I wish I knew then how fleeting that feeling would be. I might have held on a lot tighter. On a regular day in April of the year 2003, I went to school as I normally would. I had an accounts exam the next day, so I stopped off at the library to study and then went home. I ate dinner, talked to my boyfriend, and went to bed early, but something woke me up at 2 a.m. As I came out of the state of sleepiness, I realized that I could not move my right hand. I figured that I had fallen asleep on the arm, so I tried wiggling my fingers to get the blood circulating. Nothing happened. The fingers did not move. Fear began spreading through my body, so I attempted to get off the bed, but I could not. I could not move my right foot. I tried to move my toes. My brain was screaming to my toes to move, but they just stood there defiantly. I could not even lift my head off the pillow. It seemed like an invisible force had taken over my body. The tears streamed down my face as I struggled to think of what to do next. I shouted whispers through my tears, and eventually it grew a little louder. My brother in the next room was the first to hear me and found me lying in bed. He was confused and woke my parents. When everyone came into the room, I did not know what to say. How could I explain what was wrong when I did not know myself? I just continued crying pitifully. They tried to give me water to drink with nutmeg grated in it, but they were only able to pour spoonfuls into my mouth, as I was unable to lift my head to drink. My dad massaged my hand and leg, trying to get circulation back. Anything that they could have tried at 3 a.m. they did. Time slipped by until it was actually a decent hour to call for help.